2022 marks some pretty big updates for the Volvo XC60. I previously drove this car earlier in the year and I mentioned quite a lot of the updates that it received. And you can check out that video up here if you're interested. However, this one does not have a V6 engine like that previous one. Instead, it has the T8 plug-in hybrid powertrain. So what updates does this one get? Let's go for a drive and find out. So the biggest change to this XC60 Recharge extended range is the battery that sits right here in the middle. In case you're wondering, there is no actual drive shaft between the engine and the back wheels. Those back wheels are powered exclusively by the electric motor, which is also more powerful for this extended range. But getting back to the battery, it is 18.8 kilowatt hours in capacity. The 2021 version had about 11 and a bit kilowatt hours, so it's a pretty significant upgrade. This allows the XC60 extended range to have an electric-only driving range of 58 kilometers. That's what Volvo claims. And in the real world, that's pretty close to what I've noticed. On a full charge, the trip computer says that it can go up to 64 kilometers, but in reality, with the climate control and the almost sub-zero temperatures as they are right now, it is pretty close to about 55-ish kilometers. So not that bad. As for that electric motor powering the back wheels, it now produces 143 horsepower. So combined with the engine, the total system output is now 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. That's quite a bit, and it allows this XC60 extended range to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour or 96 kilometers an hour in a Volvo claimed 4.5 seconds. That is deceptively quick for a Volvo vehicle, because you expect Volvos to be safe but somewhat boring type of vehicles, but not so. This XC60 is really fast. The electric motors provide instant torque until the turbocharger spools up and provides the bulk of the power. Changing gears is an 8-speed automatic transmission, and although it's not the fastest shifting automatic out there, the electric motor does provide torque whenever the gear changes are happening. So although they are a little on the slow side, you're still accelerating at a pretty good pace. But when you're not driving like as though your pants are on fire, the XC60 has plenty of get up and go when it's just in electric only driving. You can easily accelerate from a stop at a pretty good pace, and you can even drive on highways. You can easily do 110, 120 kilometers an hour just on electricity. There are also a few different drive modes to choose from. So by default, the car will either be in auto hybrid or pure, which is electric only driving. In auto hybrid, most of the time you'll just be using the electric motor. It's only when you put your foot down all the way that the gasoline engine will take over. The other drive modes are power, off-road, and constant all-wheel drive. Power is pretty self-explanatory. Off-road raises the air suspension, if equipped, and changes the car's parameters for better off-road driving. However, this mode gets locked out if the car goes past 40 or 50 kilometers an hour. And finally, constant all-wheel drive turns the engine on and provides constant power to all 4 wheels. The car can also hold the battery charge for later use or use the engine to recharge the battery, but that will greatly increase your fuel economy. The XC60 can only be recharged from a wall outlet or a level 2 charger. From a standard home wall outlet, it'll take roughly 9 to 10 hours, basically overnight. From a level 2 charger, it'll be around 3 to 4 hours depending on the speed of the charger that you use. Depending on how often you can plug in the XC60 and recharge it, the fuel economy can be good or really good. Driving around with the battery depleted, the 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Recharge extended range is rated for 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. But with continuous recharging, I managed to drive for almost 600 kilometers and only average 4.3 liters per 100 kilometers during my time with the SUV. At the end of the week, I still had a half a tank of gas. The XC60 Recharge also has a one-pedal drive mode. You just shift the gear selector into B, and then you're just using the accelerator pedal to accelerate or to bring the car to a complete stop. And it does it very smoothly. This one-pedal drive mode is among some of the best ones out there because the XC60 slows down very smoothly and very gradually to come to a complete stop, like that. Now granted, when you're going downhill, it does require a little bit of help. It will eventually slow down and come to a complete stop, but it needs a lot more distance. So you just have to apply the actual brakes just a little teeny tiny bit. On a winding mountain road, the Volvo XC60 is not particularly engaging to drive. The steering is light and artificial feeling. You can make it firmer through a setting in the infotainment system, but it's not the same as a steering feel in the BMW X3 M40i, for example. But at least this SUV is easy to drive around town and it's not going to stress you out. This XC60 has the air suspension and it's actually really comfortable even though it has 21-inch wheels with low profile tires. But right now, as you can see, I am getting tossed around a little bit by this road that I'm on, but it's actually really comfortable. Further aiding to the comfort are these fabulous seats. They provide just enough padding and they contour really nicely to your body, at least to my body. It might be different for you, so make sure you try them out at a Volvo dealership. The 2022 Volvo XC60 has the least amount of headroom among its closest competitors, the BMW X3 and the Mercedes-Benz GLC. However, it has more legroom than both for front and rear passengers. With this being a plug-in hybrid, the cargo capacity has not taken that big of a hit when compared to the non-PHEV versions of the XC60. It has 598 liters of space with the rear seats up, which is only 15 liters less than the non-hybrid XC60, but it is still more than the space in the X330e and Mercedes GLC. With the rear seats folded, however, it only has 1,395 liters, which again is less than the non-hybrid versions, but quite a bit less than the BMW and Mercedes at 1,500 and 1,600 liters respectively. If equipped with the air suspension though, the rear can lower for easier loading or unloading of the trunk. The 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Recharge extended range starts at $64,950 Canadian. This demo vehicle had the ultimate level with a few options and packages, which raised the price to $92,350 Canadian. Take away the Bowers & Wilkins sound system for $3,750, and this XC60 T8 costs around the same as the X330e PHEV with the same features. But you're getting way more power in this XC60 than the X330e. Speaking of features, this XC60 T8 Recharge is fully loaded. Well, almost. The only features that are missing are the front massaging seats and the integrated booster cushions in the rear seats. Other features include soft Nappa leather upholstery, heated and ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, hands-free power liftgate, surround view cameras, head-up display, pilot assist semi-autonomous drive, blind spot sensors, the aforementioned Bowers & Wilkins sound system for almost $4,000 Canadian, and many more features. One big change to the XC60's gadgets for the 2022 model year is the new infotainment system, which is now Android Automotive based. At first glance, it looks similar to Volvo's old Sensus infotainment system. It has the same four primary sections on the home screen with navigation on top, media below, phone below that, and vehicle status at the bottom. Now though, you can't swipe left or right to access more pages. the car settings have been integrated into one settings menu, and the amount of things that you can change has also been reduced. It allows for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you can also access all of your personal things through the Google login. You can also use Google Assistant by just saying, "Hey Google." However, it's not all perfect because the climate controls are still integrated into the infotainment screen. Yes, it is just one touch if you want to change the temperature, but it's more than just one touch for everything else, like changing the fan speed or the direction of the air. Thankfully, volume control is still a physical knob below the screen. The core XC60 Recharge, which is the base, has nearly every safety and driver aid feature. Moving up to the ultimate level will add pilot assist with adaptive cruise control, surround view cameras, and front and rear parking sensors. Every other feature like blind spot sensors, automatic emergency braking, lane keep, and so on are all standard. The IIHS gave the 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Recharge a Top Safety Pick Plus award, with good scores in every crash test and superior ratings for the driver and safety aids. So over the past year, Volvo has been on a bit of a roll. They recently switched to mild hybrid systems for their B5 and B6 powertrains, and I have had the chance to drive a few of them, and I genuinely do like them. Even when you compare them against their closest competitors, like the Volvo S60 against the Mercedes-Benz C300. Did a video of that, and you can check it out up here if you're interested. And this XC60 Recharge is no different. Now that it has more power, like I said earlier at the video, it's deceptively fast. The range is more than enough for daily errands. Very comfortable on the inside, as Volvos always are. And yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but when you compare it against the BMW X3 or Mercedes-Benz GLC with the same options as this, the price is pretty similar. So there's nothing really wrong or bad that I can say about this car. I think it's a really good car, and you should definitely check it out. If you want to know more about this 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Recharge Extended Range, bit of a mouthful, I wrote a more detailed review of it over on my website. You can find that link in the video description or click on the pop-up banner right up here. And as always, I will see you in the next car or truck or most likely another SUV like this one. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.